while you were cooking, did you get to catch up with the Grammys or anything, man?
I didn't get a chance to watch it initially, but I did see a lot on the timeline about Freddie Gibbs, because he was up for nomination for Rap Album of the Year, but unfortunately he did not get it from what I've heard. So all in all, like who ended up winning the Grammys actually?
Nas.
The rapper.
Yeah.
Nas won it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like you can't be you can only be but so mad. You know what I mean?
No, fuck that. Nas is he's forever a GOAT, right? Arguably you could be like he's top 3 rapper of all time.
Right.
Top 3 rap album of all time with Illmatic, and some people think Stillmatic. So he got the accolades, he got the history behind him. But when you're comparing King's Disease versus Alfredo, like come on. And I'm not saying King's Disease was a bad album, but you compare that to Alfredo. I just thought Alfredo earned the recognition of best album of the year when it came to the Grammys. But shouts out to Nas. I'm glad that he finally got one under his belt. But I just thought that Freddie earned that one.
I think Alfredo definitely deserved to win, but I guess, with the rules and the way that they play the game, with the Grammys and whatever, they were probably like, hey, we owe Nas one. This album was actually a good one. And, why not give it to him? Because honestly, if I'm being real with myself, I'll say there's no way that album takes it over Alfredo. I think it's just the way to justify it as to past actions. You know what I mean?
No, man, that's bullshit. Because just because we've been dicking this guy for years. When we want to change, we're just going to give him one. That's kind of like, hey, sorry, we dicked you for so many years. In a sense, they ended up fucking over Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist for a strong piece of body of work that they did. 2 wrongs don't make a right, in a sense. I think the voting system with the Grammys, that obviously needs to change. I think they need to have a strike team go in there and revamp the whole shit. Because Macklemore was saying way back then when he won his Grammy over Kendrick, the people that's voting are people who only listen to what they fucking see on commercial TV or mainstream radio. They're not really dialed into the fucking genre. So Macklemore at the time, he was really popular, but everybody who listens to rap music knows he ain't really shit, But to the mainstream, hey, this is what I call music, pop CDs and shit, Macklemore's on there. So they thought in their mind, well, I don't know the rest of these guys, but I know Macklemore, and I like that cringy ass thrift shop song. He deserves album of the year. And that's how the voting went. It wasn't people who thoroughly listen to rap music and okay, this is going to be a very credible decision. No, it's just people who did I hear this song? No, I didn't hear it. Okay, he wins. And that's how the voting's been. So kudos to them on getting better nominations that they have been in the past years, but it's still fucked up and they need to improve.
I understand where you're coming from with that, because in terms of who had the better album last year, I think it's without question that Freddie Gibbs' album was better than King's Disease. But we also have to kind of be logical here, right? The awards that go out at the Grammys are based off pretty much commercial success, right?
Yeah.
And we all know at the end of the day, no matter how good Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist's album was, they aren't commercial artists, and that album wasn't a commercial. It wasn't a commercial release by almost every music platform across the board. I think that was considered the number one album of last year by almost, no matter if you're talking Pitchfork to Billboard in terms of rap albums last year. But it's a system. Even you have someone like Ninth Wonder that's on the Grammy board. At least they're moving in the right direction in terms of who to pick or who's actually being nominated. But at the same time, man, I'm not upset just because it's Nas and he finally got one and it was a good album at the end of the day. It's just, I think we all were just rooting for Freddie Gibbs at the end of the day. Like Freddie Gibbs even said, he's like, I may have lost this, but I'm undefeated in court. So it's one way. He had a positive way of looking at it, I guess you could say.
I was going to say, shouts for his positivity and all that. He probably already knew he wasn't going to win, so he didn't give a shit. He just wanted to have a good time. The fact that he even got to Grammys, even nominated, just speaks that he's really come far in his career. You know, it's a big deal for you to even be talked about at the Grammys. So shouts out to him. Grammys is still corrupt, but you know what is may not be corrupt? The fucking billboards, because the Billboard has revealed a little bit of history with Drake debuting for the first time ever with any artist across any genre, 1, 2, and 3. That kind of puts him in GOAT status, man. And of course, the debate is always going to be, all right, him and Jay-Z is kind of like LeBron versus Mike or Floyd versus Ali type shit. So, but the fact that he's in that realm just speaks like, yo, hopefully Certified Lover Boy, man, it's a quality album. We know it's going to do its numbers. We know it's going to go platinum. We could argue about the numbers how much platinum he'll get. But I think the thing is, like, is it going to be quality where we could be like, yo, this is timeless music, or will it not? So we'll see. That's my biggest concern. Yeah, he's getting all these accolades, recognition, and he does make good music, but we'll see LB be the shit. Will it be the shit? But shouts out to making 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this in terms of that question. I have confidence that CBL will live up to his hype. I mean, of course.
Of course. You said it's gonna go diamond. Like, if you said anything different, that'd be crazy.
Listen. For one, I believe it. Well, let me ask you this, Nigel. Speaking of that, because I know in the last episode you said, like, oh, Drake hasn't done, or the last episode, and just you've been echoing this for weeks now, right? Drake hasn't done anything that I haven't seen him done before, right? That makes you seem impressed that this album will be probably one of his highest selling albums, right? So with this being said, with him being 1, 2, and 3 on Billboard, off of a mixtape or EP with 3 singles, have you seen anything new that impressed you by Drake?
I never said.
I know
Drake.
Before you.
No, you're asking me a question. I'm about to answer it.
I'm just asking.
I'm about to answer your question.
Go ahead. Don't get defensive, man. Go ahead.
Right. Like I said, I think Drake's going to keep on doing great things because he's Drake. I don't expect him to not do great things. I think what he did was actually, really dope. But once again, I just feel like 5 million in 1 week is just a lot. To go diamond in 1 week is a lot. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say either. You know what I mean? Like, that's not so wild. Drake has broke a few Billboard records before, has he not? So why should this be surprising to me?
Just saying.
You said
no, it's great. It's great, man. Like, I'm not trying to undermine it, but I mean, like, it's not a justification for any. No, it's not a justification for anything else. Essentially, what Spence is trying to say is because he did this and it's something new that somebody hasn't ever done before, he must go diamond with Certified Lover Boy. No,
I never said that.
But that's what you're implying. That's what you're implying.
I'm not implying that. I'm not implying that. I'm asking you in the terms of the conversation we had, in terms of even when I ended it off with For an Impossible. So, and you even said, I just don't see anything. Drake hasn't done anything that makes me see. I haven't seen anything different or anything that's. That's
not what I said either. I said, why hasn't Drake went diamond already? That's what I said. Like, if he's so capable of doing it, why hasn't he done it already? That's what I said. I didn't say anything about any of his other great achievements or anything like that. That's like the left over there.
No, but you did. You definitely did. It might not have been on mic. It might have been off mic, but you definitely did say, yo, I mean, I haven't seen anything. Like, you haven't seen anything that he's done in comparison to now.
I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying that, yo.
It's all good, man. Convenient amnesia, man.
For years, Nigel has been battling that Drake shouldn't be getting the love and recognition. I remember when Kendrick was coming out. Kendrick was coming out with fire music. Kendrick was on top of the world. See, Drake can't do that. See, Drake could never. He could never dream of having the success as Kendrick and being loved at Kendrick. He's not a better rapper. Now, fast forward years later, Drake is just killing it from every angle. I'm not surprised. It's Drake. He should be doing that. He should be doing it. Like all these backhanded compliments.
Records.
No, I'm not even saying it like that. I'm just saying like, no, like I'm not trying to undermine what he's doing or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's not really a justification for anything else. I didn't say anything else as to like how this is not dope. Like it's super dope. Like this is cool. Like I'm not at this point in time. I'm not surprised that he's breaking records because he's Drake. Like he's doing a lot of shit that a lot of other rappers haven't done before. Now, if you want to like carry that over to the conversation that people are having about like the career of Jay-Z and Drake or whatever, like I would take the career of Jay-Z, but that's not to say that Drake's career isn't great. You know, I think the discussion is becoming even more clear, like by the day. If you're going to talk about what I said years ago, up to this point in time right now, the conversation is becoming Jay-Z or Drake. It is. And Kendrick's still great. Don't get me wrong. And neither of their careers are done yet. But at this moment in time, that you can't like rap and not give Drake his kudos in some way, shape, or form. You just can't.
No, you can't. And me and Spence, we've been preaching that for years. Spence been preaching it before me.
It's 2021. That's what's up. That's cool. That's cool that y'all said that years ago. Like it's March 2021. So I can't speak about what I said years ago. My opinions have changed. People have changed. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
I just said it.
We've seen the light for a long time, and finally,
that's what's up.
We had nothing else to hate on. Nothing else to hate on.
See, that's cool because when I say that, like, oh yeah, I was like hype on John Jones before he like started winning. You're like, oh, Nigel likes John Jones so much. Da, 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 da. But when you talk about Drake and I say, oh, okay, that's what's up, you're like, oh, Nigel's a hater. Like, you know what I mean? Immediately. So, but it's cool though. You know, shouts out to Drake. Shouts out to Drake.
Did you hate Benny's project?
Nah, I didn't hate Benny project, actually.